So let me catch you guys up on my day so far. I bought this deal of Xbox 360 games earlier today, these along with these and these for 75 bucks. Pretty good. Then I've also been slowly listing and sending out the excess Switches from my complete Switch collection that I don't really want anymore. Sad face. Then I went to go do a little Facebook Marketplace pickup of some accessories. We've got a PS4 camera, a Move controller, and then a couple random throwing games. These aren't worth very much. Paid 40 bucks for those, and they should go for over 100, believe it or not. The cameras are pretty spiked right now, so I was pretty happy with that. Now I'm currently in the process of negotiating a deal for a Switch trade on Facebook, and I get a text from my friendly neighborhood competition video game resellers. We just got to talking a little bit about the price differences between eBay and Amazon and how sometimes I'm able to pay up for stuff. We were shooting some numbers back and forth on some inventory that has been sitting for them for me to potentially purchase, and ended up deciding, you know what, I'm just gonna come on out there, we can negotiate prices on the fly, do some filming, have some fun. This is actually the same couple, Cheap Finds Gold Mines on YouTube, that you saw me do a video with, a couple weeks ago at this point probably. And the last thing that Corbin texted me was, bring more money than you think you need. So I don't know if they have a bigger deal in mind than I had originally anticipated. I don't know if they're gonna try to push their whole death pile off on me or what's going to happen. To be honest, I wouldn't really mind. But I figured either way, I'll bring you guys along for the deal and we can figure out what's in store together.
We added up all the market value.
Like what you could get for everything on eBay?
Yeah. 2,782.
2,782. Okay, so I'll add up everything that I can pay for it, and if it's close enough to that, then we can kind of go from there. So was most of this stuff like pawn shop finds, would you say?
Majority of it, yeah.
A lot of it was, yeah.
That few Facebook market deals.
Those were from flea markets in Alabama.
Okay. And these were some that we already said 75 on those, so that works. Yeah, these ones, the rank is a little too high for me to sell on Amazon.
Yeah, no worries.
So you could probably do better with those on eBay. These I could do 20 a piece on these if that works.
Yeah, we can do it.
All right. On these guys, I could do 15 a piece. Is that close enough? I don't know what these are bringing these days, on eBay at least.
Get 25 free shipping for those.
Okay. Your call. I'm good either way.
That's fine. If you want it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is a super random bolo. Need for Speed Most Wanted on the 360. Going for decent money on Amazon, at least 42. This one's complete, so probably a little more. I could do like 25 if that works for you. All right. We got Crash, Shrek, Charlie, Ice Age, Spyro. Tie 3 might be decent. Let me look that up. Looks like Tie 3 is actually a good one. I could do 20 for that if that's interesting. Alright folks, well the other GoPro camera battery died, but we ended up with some more handhelds here, a little PS2 action, a nice little pile of Kinect sensors, and a solid stack of games and some Skylanders stuff down there. The total for all this stuff from my friends here ended up being 2,173 bucks.
He keeps on
Which
spending over $2,000 with us.
you weren't lying when you said bring more money than I expected to spend. We'll have to see how much I could fit in my wallet, but saves me a lot of time sourcing, so I'm all right with it. All right, folks, here it is. The $2,100 deal, all laid out looking nice and pretty on this table. Kind of surprising, honestly, looking at it. I wouldn't have necessarily guessed that this was, well, not just $2,100, but more than $2,100 worth of stuff on it. Definitely some solid gems in here that I wanted to take you guys through, because there's a lot of really good stuff on this table that you guys can look out for yourselves. Up here on top, you guys know I'm always looking for recent gen Skylanders games. Those should do fairly well. I want to say I paid like 10 or 15 a piece for those guys. Moving on down here, we got some Guitar Hero Lives as well. That's a good title to look out for. Find it a ton in pawn shops and stuff. Need for Speed Carbon Collector's Edition. I want to say I paid like 20 or 30 for this game. This is definitely one that I absolutely would have passed up on if I saw it at a video game store or something, but definitely a good title for you guys to look out for because it's worth like, I don't know, 40 plus. A couple of Head Coach 09s as well. You guys have heard me talk about this game before. I think I paid 30 a piece for these because they're doing really well on Amazon. All Pro Football 2K8 as well, a good title to look out for. All of these sports ones are just really great BOLO gems for you guys to add to your list. Mario Super Sluggers is actually more than I thought it was. I want to say it's around like a $20 or so game right now. 2K14 on the PS3 and 360 is a great wrestling game to look out for. This is one that I don't think I've ever bought before. I think I paid 20 for this. Kaya Dark Lineage. This one is nice and complete. Definitely a cool looking title. Looks like one that would be kind of fun to play. Road Trip, another one that is definitely a sleeper. Would not have thought that this really holds much value. And then Need for Speed Most Wanted. I'm sorry folks, I'm struggling to remember how much exactly I paid for most of these things. I was just shooting so many numbers out, but this one I want to say I paid like 10 or 15 for and was just really surprised that it actually held some solid value. Tenchu Z I got as well. Couple copies here of Disney Infinity 2.0 on Amazon. I think I paid like 5 a piece for these and they're going for like 9 or 10 or so. Then got a few more loose games down here. In here we've got multiple copies of Shadow the Hedgehog on the GameCube. Paid 10 a piece for those. Mostly because the condition on them was a little bit, not really sure, but I took a chance at 10 a piece anyway. This one was a really solid title. Bushido Blade on the PS1, another College Hoops 2K8, Silent Hill 4 The Room. This was like a $80 game or so that I paid 43 for. Paid 10 for 101 Dalmatians, 30 for another copy of Head Coach 09. This is a good wrestling title to be on the lookout for. I think that's worth in the neighborhood of like, I don't know, 30 or 40. Over here we have some not just complete but brand new Skylanders Imaginators starter packs, so was definitely happy to find those. I paid up a little bit at 75 a piece for them. Paid 50 a piece for black and white on the DS. These definitely looked nice and authentic, so was happy to see those. I'll be able to get in the like 80 to 90 range a piece for those. Then had some really solid handheld finds as well. These are super spiked. Well, some of them are on Amazon, mostly 3DSs. So I really paid up for this one, 180 bucks, even though it's not in very good condition. I wouldn't have necessarily done that at like a pawn shop or something, but for them, they were giving me so many good deals that I went ahead and offered the 180. The interesting thing is it actually has the back of a Galaxy Edition 3DS XL, but the rest of it is the gray version, so that's something that I'm definitely going to have to disclose, and will probably honestly list this in acceptable condition because of that big scarring right on that front there. But nonetheless, I think I'll still at least be able to get like $250 or so after fees on that, which is great. Paid 100 and something for this one as well, and this is in much better shape, so that'll be good. Paid 30 bucks for this Game Boy Advance, or 20 or 30, something like that, which, you know, either way is a pretty solid deal. And then we have a PSP 1001 that was like, maybe like 50 or 60, and that's in pretty nice shape, so that's always good to see. We've got a little $30 Game Boy SP here because it doesn't have the battery, so I wasn't able to test it. So I may just have to order one of those. I don't do a ton of like repairs or refurbishments on consoles or handhelds, but I'll make a little exception there because that's just kind of a simple one. Then down here, I also got a couple of Xbox One Connect sensors. You guys know I've been picking those up, as well as like 8 or 9 360 sensors because those are doing okay on Amazon right now. I paid $8 a piece for those, and those will be just about double up, which is good. And then the last thing of the deal was this little PS2 Slim bundle. We did plug this up and test it and everything, and I gave 60 bucks for that. Looks like they paid 15, which is a great deal. And that I should be able to get at least 100 bucks for after fees. A lot of this stuff, my sort of mental estimated profit on this deal on the very low end would be like 1,000 bucks. Again, I was quoting pretty high numbers for multiple reasons. One, they're my friends, and so I want to, you know, give them a decent deal. Two, when I'm making really large deals like this with anybody who I know has consistent access to a lot of inventory, it is in my best interest to quote the best numbers that I can, because I want them to do business with me in the future. These kinds of large purchases save me a lot of time and a lot of work, so I want to be the kind of person that people like to come to sell large lots of stuff. On the high end, I would estimate maybe like 1,600 in profit on 2,100 spent. Again, usually I'm gonna be shooting to double up, but on something like this, I mean, I'll be able to knock out this pile probably in the next like day or so, so it's not all that much work, but still a pretty solid rate of return for that time. All the worthwhile titles from this pickup I will be posting along with comps and where you're likely to find them in the Discord, as I always do. The link for that will be down below in the description if you're interested. It's just a group of like-minded video game resellers that I share all my leads for what I'm buying and selling with. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will catch you guys on the flip.